Every year, roughly 600,000 Americans are released from prison, and millions more cycle in and out of local jails. Navigating reentry is complicated. Oftentimes, newly released individuals re-enter their communities with very complex needs. They may enter a society where opportunities for jobs, mental health services, adequate health care, and housing may not be accessible. To help policymakers and practitioners develop and implement reentry best practices to address these complex needs, the National Reentry Resource Center, or NRRC, which is funded by the Bureau of Justice Assistance, has developed a toolkit called Building Second Chances, Tools for Local Reentry Coalitions. This video will provide you with a brief overview of what you'll find in the toolkit and where to find it. The NRRC designed this toolkit to meet the needs of policymakers and practitioners for tools and resources that help them navigate the multi-systemic, multifaceted, and highly complex reentry system. This toolkit will help users make sense of how best to improve outcomes for people leaving prison and jail and stay on track as they map out the future of reentry for their communities. This toolkit is designed for reentry coalition leaders and local city, county, and community leaders who want to play an active role in improving reentry policy, practice, and outcomes. You can use this toolkit as your go-to resource to take stock of where your reentry efforts are now and how best to move forward. Throughout the online version of the toolkit, you'll find helpful links to more information within the full, hard copy version of the toolkit. Within this toolkit, you'll find user-friendly references to seminal publications, research findings, and noteworthy examples that provide the foundational knowledge necessary to design new and reinvigorate existing reentry strategies. Part 1 of the toolkit, Fundamentals of Reentry, covers the essential elements of system change that are necessary to carry out an effective reentry strategy at the local level. Part 2 presents Tools for Change to help advance local reentry priorities through linking and leveraging resources, changing policy and practice, and building broad community support. Throughout this toolkit, you'll find questions to consider, which guide local reentry coalition leaders to take stock of their current reentry effort and help spark additional conversations about where they may want to focus their attention. Examples from the field that cover concrete, real-world accounts of how communities throughout the country are working to strengthen the reentry process. Quick references, curated collections of resources to give local reentry coalition leaders easy access to the most useful publications, research articles, databases, and field guides, and links to the full version of the toolkit with additional content. Now we'll give you a brief overview of what you'll find in each part of the toolkit. Part 1 of the toolkit is Fundamentals of Reentry. It defines the building blocks of advancing systemic, not programmatic, efforts to improve the lives of people returning to their communities after incarceration or detention. These fundamentals of reentry were compiled for busy local reentry coalition leaders who may not know where to start or are otherwise looking for practical guidance. Part 1 has 3 sections: driving systemic change, reducing recidivism, and enabling personal and community transformation. Within each section, you'll find links to helpful templates, checklists, and inventories to help you track and evaluate your work in each area. Building on Part 1, where you'll learn to assess if your reentry strategy has the right foundation in place, Part 2 of the toolkit, Tools for Change, will help you see how to put what you have learned into action to meet the specific needs of your community. For local reentry coalition leaders who already have a firm grasp on how the local reentry process operates, these tools for change are a good place to start. Part 2 also has 3 sections, but you may decide to proceed through them in whatever order makes sense for you as your coalition embarks on its chosen set of reentry improvements. The 3 sections of Part 2 are linking and leveraging resources, changing policy and practice, and building broad community support. In Part 2, you'll find links to create your own strategic plan with specific action steps. You'll also find various practical tools and resources to help you assess and improve reentry work within the context of your own community. The resources are where you'll find all the tools and resources referenced throughout the toolkit compiled in one place. Whether you're just getting started or have been working in reentry for years, these tools are where you take what you have learned in the toolkit and apply it to your own coalition's work. Your next step is to start exploring the toolkit and take what you learn back to your community. If you have questions or need help with the toolkit, please contact info@nationalreentryresourcecenter.org or call 1-866-536-8686.